Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're taking a look at the correct way, the right way to play the main riff to Cemetery Gates by Pantera in the legendary Dimebag Darrell, of course. And I've seen this tabbed different ways and played different ways by people, but if you watch Dime play it live, there's a few recordings of it, you clearly see what he's doing and what area of the neck he's playing it on. So I thought we would clear up all the mystery on how to play this riff. It's super fun. I just want to focus on that in this lesson, but as you heard, I also played the clean intro part. So what I'm going to do is include the tab for that. So in the description below, you can find the tab and the guitar profiles for this main riff that I'm going to show you, and also the clean part. So if you're wanting to learn more of the song Cemetery Gates, you can work on that clean part too. It's a really cool chord progression. Okay, but today I just want to mainly cover the main riff just so we can get it right. Alright, so also in the description box is my free sweep picking guide. If you want to tear up the neck with some of those blazing arpeggios, then make sure and check that out. My free gift to you. Alright, so let's check this out. We're in the key of A here in standard tuning, and obviously this song is from the Cowboys from Hell album, and the tuning on that record is slightly in between standard tuning and E flat tuning, so it's somewhere in the middle, but I'm tuned to standard. So now what we want to do here is get some heavy chug going, right? So we're going to start out by playing an A power chord down at the 2nd fret, and that's just open A string with the 2nd fret D, and we're gonna just play that once and then play the open A string. 4 open A's after the A chord. Okay, now the riff is on the A string. We're gonna play 7, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's the first part. Then, and my fingering wise, I'm using middle on 7, index on 6, middle 7, and ring on the 8. Then what I'm doing is moving up my index finger to the 7th fret and playing 7, 8 on the A. Then move to the D string and play 9th fret. And what you want is a pick harmonic there if you can get it. And then when you come back to 7 and 8 on the A string. Okay, so let me play that slow. Also a heavy dose of that badass vibrato, right? You want shake the hell out of it. Okay, so that's the first part of the riff. Second part. Now, starts out the same with the A chord. Open A string, chugging, muting that A string, and then 7, 6, 7, 8 on the A again. Now this time we're going to come down the little scale sequence here. Play 6, 7 on the A, 8 on the low E, back to 6 on the A, and then 7 on the low E. Again, those vibrato notes are really important to make the riff come alive. And I'd say the more pick harmonics, the better on this kind of a riff. Obviously, many other great parts to this song. The guitar solo is fantastic. And I do plan on covering that solo at some point, hopefully in 2022. Coming up here as we're nearing the end of 2021 right now. And I'm looking forward to the next year and the cool content that I've got planned. There's a lot of cool riffs and stuff coming up, you guys. So I want to thank everyone for your support and for tuning in and your comments on all the content I've been doing, especially in the last year or so where I've really ramped up my channel. And a lot of new subscribers, and I appreciate that, and people engaging with the content and giving me ideas. Honestly, your comments a lot of times give me ideas for new topics to cover, new songs, new riffs, new solos. I want to talk about my tone just a little bit because people always ask me, especially lately, what's going on with my tone. It's just full and thick, and it's the combination of the guitar, which is my custom Chubtone guitar here. This is my favorite guitar that I've ever had. This was custom built. Chubtone, C-H-U-B, Tone. They're based out in California, and they make these super Strat guitars like nobody's business. And I would go check them out if you're into this kind of thing. I've got DiMarzio Tone Zone in the bridge and a DiMarzio Air Norton in the neck, which they're fairly hot pickups, but they're not super crazy hot. But with this setup, it's beautiful. Now the amp is the Friedman Double J Jr, and I don't have anything going on here affecting the tone. I've got no overdrives on. I've got no reverb. I've got no EQ. I've got no delay. It's straight into the amp on the BE channel, and I've got the gain on 10 right now. So obviously for Pantera, I want I want that heavier type of tone, a ton of gain, but still not noisy. We don't want a bunch of noise there. So figure if you can play a chord like that and arpeggiate it and still hear all the notes, you're all right. You're not introducing too much noise, and there's still clarity there. And the amazing thing about this amp is that how tight it is without any sort of boost or overdrive. Many of you guys know, if you're playing through a Marshall, a JCM 800, or anything like that, you're usually going to need to use a tube screamer or a Boss overdrive or something like that to cut off some of that flub that you get on the low end and tighten things up, right? And that's just okay. I mean, that's part of the deal, and that's part of the sound, and I'm totally cool with that. But the great thing about this amp is it doesn't need any of that. I've got some overdrive pedals I've tried using with it, and it's great. But the tone of it is so good on its own, and the tightness is perfect, that it doesn't really need anything. And so I'm really stoked about this amp here. It's a little bit hard to see with this big microphone here. Let me try moving this out of the way a little bit. You can still hear me. Anyways, I'll be doing more, videos. I'll be doing more videos on this amp here. I'm also, the other part of the chain is that I'm going into my Two Notes Captor X, which you actually can't see right now. It's slightly out of the frame. And what I'm doing is I experiment with different IRs all the time, and also different cabs from Two Notes. And I just purchased the Pete Thorn pack, and I'm using a 412 Pete Thorn cab that he recorded, the sample from at Sunset Studios out in Hollywood, and it sounds fantastic. It's got greenback speakers in it, so it's warm. And thick sounding, but it really still cuts through in the lead. The lead stuff works great too. So I'm really stoked about this amp setup, and the fact that I can use a tube amp here in my studio and crank it up and run it through Two Notes software and use these cool IRs is just an awesome thing. So I've got some other cool amps too in the back there that I'll be using from time to time. And a lot of you know that I have used the Head Rush pedal board, and so I'll be using that also maybe from time to time, depending on what I'm doing. But right now I just love the direct sound out of this Friedman. It's killer. So anyways, a little bit on the amp, and a little bit on the correct way to play cemetery gates. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure and grab the tab in the description below, as well as my free sweet picking guide. And if you would, in the comments, let me know if you like this sort of free form kind of video. I didn't have any backing tracks or anything like that. Just fired up the computer here and the video cam, and just talking to you guys and showing you some riffs. If you like things like this, a little bit less produced, let me know, because these are actually easier for me to do, and I can crank more of these videos out quickly, and still give you guys the tab and stuff like that. So anyways, have a great day. And if you're watching this at the time, what is this, December 17th, 2021, hope you have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. I might be back before the end of the year with another video or two, but if not, I'll see you on the flip-flop in 2022. All right, I'll see you next time. Rock on.